Hyuneeeats, it's your girl Hyunee, and today I'm going to be eating Doshirak, also known as lunchbox. So let's dig in because I'm so hungry.
My first time ordering from Hanshik Express. And it comes like this. Ooh, looks fancy. I'm actually going to take it out of this box so you guys can see it better. Ooh, yummy.
I'm actually very excited to try this. I have a Korean Doshirak. Doshirak is basically like bento box. I know most of you guys are more familiar with bento box, but Doshirak is a Korean version of bento box, and I have 8 different sides here, so I'm gonna read it off to you guys because I don't remember all of these. But this is kimchi fried rice, oven-baked pork belly, Korean beef pork pancake, glazed spicy prime beef short ribs, spicy Korean rice cake, chicken Korean glass noodles with veggies, one of my favorite side dishes, and sliced pork belly kimchi stir fry, pork loin bulgogi with onions. I think it's that one. I'm not sure. Sweet and sour boneless chicken, egg potato salad, spicy tuna pasta salad, and yeah. So, I am excited to try this. Wow, it's a huge variety. I don't even know where to start. I'm going to actually start with spicy rice cakes. Have our first bite. Hyunee bite. Have 3. Cheers. Mmm. Wow. No. I've never had a Doshirak that has this many side dishes. So they did have an option for 8 or 6. And I totally forgot to do the sparkling water. Let's wipe the top. Mmm, very chewy rice cake, which I love. Cheers. Mmm. And then, let's go with my favorite side dish, glass noodles. From here, what is your favorite? Have you guys tried any of these? You know what I love about Korean food is all the side dishes that come along with your entree. And most of the times you can get the side dishes refill for free. Mmm. I love glass noodles. Kimchi fried rice. Mmm. Everything tastes delicious so far. So a lot of Korean food comes with rice and a lot of side dishes along with the entree. And so you eat like a spoonful of rice, eat a side dish, eat your main entree, which could be a soup, like a stew, anything like that. But I do love a variety. Mmm. Wow. Everything is so good. I think this is boiled pork belly. Let's try it. Mmm. Mmm. So what to talk about today? I had a few topics in mind. Since we were on the topic of friendships last time, I did kind of want to talk about a few incidents that I've had with an influencer friend that I'm no longer really friends with, but it really hurt my feelings the past couple times that we hung out, and I wanted to ask if you had a friend like that and how did you feel and how did you handle the situation? So, have you ever had a friend that was like,
"Oh my gosh, stop, you're embarrassing me. I'm embarrassed of you."
Well, I remember dealing with maybe some judgy friends when I was younger, but at age 33, I didn't think that I would ever hear those words again because you know, if you like to dress a certain way, if you like to act a certain way, that's you, you know. You do you, I do me, right? So, this specific influencer also told me that she was very judgy. Like, she would look at what someone's wearing and judge them based on what they're wearing, right? And in the back of my head, I was like, okay, well, that's how she is, right? But I never really liked people who were judgy. But as an Asian, and if you guys have lived in an Asian environment, you guys know some Asians, not everyone, can be judgy, right? And I also had a best friend who was very judgy. Talk about that next time. But I don't like hanging around people like that because it's just, it doesn't look good and it doesn't sound good and it doesn't make me feel good when someone's judging other people. And for me, it's like, who am I to judge them? You know, I make mistakes. You know, there are some choices that I regret and I learn from it, but just because someone else did something that you never done or you never would do, that you don't really have the right to judge that person, you know? Anyways, this girl, she moved from Korea not too long ago, right? When I first met her. She didn't have a car. And whenever I had some type of event or something, I would invite her, right? There was a concert with Epic High, aespa, and some other K-pop groups that I didn't know, but I wanted to go for the Epic High concert, right? So Terry, my boyfriend, or my fiance, he got tickets for us, and he had extra tickets, right? And so I invited her to come with us. I was like, I'll get you the tickets, don't worry about it. Do you want to come? Terry got it for us. And she was like, oh yeah, I love aespa. I want to go. And so we picked her up. We went. And I didn't know the other K-pop groups, so I wasn't like, you know, I was just cheering them on, but I wasn't going crazy, right? But when Epic High came on, I've been a fan of them since they first came out. My brother B is also a fan. I think he went with us too. I don't know. This was a while ago, so I don't remember. But when they came out, I was like, oh my god, Epic High, woo! And I was like singing along and I was yelling, screaming like any fan would, right? Maybe I did go a little bit overboard because I have a really loud voice, as you guys already know. And I was like, oh, Epic High, I love you! I was like, Epic High Encore! You know, being just myself, being little old honeybee. And this friend, she goes, oh my gosh, stop, you're embarrassing me. And I was like, huh? She's like, stop, you're embarrassing me. And I was like, really? Come on, we're all here to have fun. Everyone else is having fun and they're all cheering on for their K-pop group and stuff. I'm like, everyone's looking at us. You're embarrassing me, stop. But, you know, I didn't stop. I was like, you know, this is who I am. I'm cheering on for my K-pop group that I love. And I only get to see them like once or a couple times a year. Or maybe not even a couple times a year, right? But when I heard that, I was a little disappointed. And I felt like, am I doing something wrong? Like, am I that embarrassing? You know? After that day, I actually asked my friends. I was like, hey, were you guys embarrassed of me? Am I embarrassing? And they're like, No, like, we were having fun. You were having fun. Everybody was having fun. Like, why would anyone say that to you? I was a little bit teary because I was like, am I like an embarrassment, you know? But, you know, I didn't let it affect me, and I was just like screaming even louder. But before this event happened, there was another event that happened where I was like, I think we had dinner. I forget what it was. But after that, I was like, hey, you want to go out to drink and, you know, meet my fiance and his friend and hang out? I think it was a weekend. So I was like, let's go hang out. It's on me because, like, you haven't really explored Koreatown, and hang out with my fiance and introduce you to my fiance and everything. So he's like, okay, let's go. And so we went to the bar. We had to wait a little bit because there was a wait. And then my fiance Terry and his friend came, right? And Terry's friend is really tall and he's fit, right? And so I introduced them. Oh, this is Terry. This is Johnny. And she's like, oh, hi. And I was like, oh, this is Terry, my fiance. And then she was like,
Oh.
and I was like, yeah, this is my fiance. And I was like hugging him, all that. And then like, she was like telling me.
Oh, I was a little bit shocked when you told me Terry was your fiance.
And I was like, what? Why? And she's like,
Well, I don't know. I was just a little bit shocked.
and I was like, I don't know why you would be shocked. He's my fiance. Why would it shock you? She's like,
Oh, just, you know, the way he looks, and it just shocked me and surprised me.
I was, again, very disappointed. That was the first time I was kind of like, wow, why would you say that? And like, do you judge people based on their looks too? Like, I know Terry is like shorter than him, and maybe he's not as fit as him, but I don't know. It rubbed me off the wrong way, and after that, yeah, I wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt, and so I invited her to the concert, but then, again, she was like, oh, you're embarrassing me. Stop. I was like about to tear up right now thinking of that day. And another time, wow. So, Terry hosted an event for a project he was working on. And it was either on Halloween or before Halloween. And it was like, everyone had to dress up, right? Again, I invited her and her friend. And for this event, I dressed up as like the blow up unicorn. So Terry actually had this idea because there was a video that I was like, I'm a unicorn! And Terry really loves that video and just the way I said, I'm a unicorn. So he was like, oh, for Halloween, do you want to be this like blow up unicorn and I'll be like the blow up sumo wrestler? Because it's like Halloween. Like, you could dress up sexy, you could dress up cute, you could dress up funny, however you like. You know, just express yourself and do whatever you like, right? I was like, oh my god, yes, that's perfect. So for this event, I was wearing this, just a crew neck, and then I was wearing the blow up unicorn. I was like, everyone who came, I was like, hey guys, you guys can play golf here, you guys can play baseball here, happy Halloween, like, welcome. And I was just wearing that. I wore that for like half the night and then I took it off, but I was also wearing something comfortable because it was like a blow up doll, right? So she came and I could see her kind of like looking up and down, right? And then I introduced her to my friend who was like wearing very like sexy and was like dressed up. And that was the first time she met my friend, right? And then I guess after a little while, they didn't want to stay. They wanted to go clubbing. This also makes me kind of sad thinking about it. I don't know if it's because of the way I was dressed, but she only asked my friend that she met that day to go clubbing with her, and she didn't even ask me. And you know, my friend was like, hey, are you going clubbing with her? And I was like, huh? She didn't even ask me. And I was kind of like waiting. I was like, oh, maybe she's gonna ask me later. But she's like, oh, I'm gonna leave. And I was like, oh, I heard you're going to this club. And she's like,
Oh yeah, do you want to come?
at that moment, my heart like crushed. And I was like, oh, it's okay. Thanks for coming. But after all this, how she made me felt all those times, it just made me sad. And no one should ever do that to people. But after several of these events with her, I was just like, okay, I don't know if I want to be in this influencer world. I know not everyone is like that, but believe it or not, there are a lot of cliques, and I'm sure there are probably people that are like her or think like that. But it made me realize how I would never want to be like her. Like, I never want to make someone feel that way, ever. And I make sure that I would never do that to someone else. And I would have never. It baffles me to realize that people are like that. Like, who are we to judge other people? When she said that about my fiance Terry, I was like, wow, that is so low. Like, I couldn't believe it. There was another time, this is the last thing that happened, but I think she was invited to a basketball game, and I guess she had a little bit of interest in Terry's friend, and so she invited me, but I forgot where I was. I think I was like going to an event, or I was going to Korea or something, and so I couldn't make it. And so I was like, oh, I can't make it, but can Terry go instead of me? Since I can't go and you're gonna have an extra spot anyways, and you're inviting Terry's friend. And she's like,
No, I don't really know Terry. I don't really talk to him, so I don't think I can bring him.
it's understandable if she asked the sponsors and asked if she could bring someone instead of me, but she didn't ask, and she was just like, I never really talked to Terry. But keep in mind, Terry got her the free concert ticket. He invited her to his event that he was hosting, and still, like, she didn't bother to, you know, ask if Terry could come instead of me. If I were in her shoes, I would have the decency to be like, to ask the sponsor, hey, can I invite so-and-so's fiance? Like, is there an extra room? When I told Terry that, he was actually sad because he was like, wait, what? But I invited her to my event. I invited her to the concert. She barely knows my friend, but she invited him. But that's what happened, you guys. Thinking about it makes me like tear up again. But the moral of the story is never let anyone treat you like that and make you feel that way, because you don't deserve that. You deserve better. And no one should be judging other people like that. You know, I'm very thankful to my parents that they told me never to judge others. And they never compared me to other people. That's what I'm thankful for my parents, for raising me that way. I remember my used to be best friend would be like, honey, I know you're very non-judgmental, but you should be judgy sometimes. And I'm like, why though? You know, if they've never treated me a certain way and they're not bad people, why should I judge them and not hang out with them just because there's rumors about them or they look a certain way? If you have a friend who treats you like this, who have treated you like that in the past, don't ever let them treat you that way, because you deserve the best. And you shouldn't have time and energy to waste on people like that. This is gonna be my last bite. Love you, honeybees. Make sure you don't have people disrespecting you. Last bite. This was delicious. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please go and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And to become a honeybee. And like this video if you guys liked it. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!